I want I wanted to check in on Johnny Somali, aka Ramsey Khalid Ishmael, and because I feel like after his trial, well, right now I'm not playing a game. I'll play some Monster Hunter later, but after Johnny's trial, he had that small little crash out, and then some other things happened, but he got equipment back, and now he's streaming again on this like random website that nobody really knows about. I keep forgetting what it's called. Um, but for he's come out and said some. Apparently, he wants to be the bastion of evil. So let's check out this video by Legal Mindset, and let's see what is going on with this kid now, because he still has other trials to go to in a bunch of different other parts of South Korea. And right now, it looks like he has about 5 years he has to spend for his first trial. That seems like that was the set amount of jail time. So it looks like it's going to be racking up, and hopefully, these other trials, I'm sure they're going to be worse cases, for things that he's done. So his time is going to be racking up. He might not get out of jail until he's like 60. But anyway, let's check out this video by Legal Mindset. As always, links to the channel and links to the video will both be in the description below. Let's get it.
I'm just saying.
To I'm gonna give you the whole real unadulterated true story, because I have footage from the court that y'all haven't seen. I got footage from the court that y'all don't know about.
If this is true, well, first of all, I think he's full of shit, right?
Yeah, how did he get footage from the court, like, at all? Wait, what? And also, why am I already 8 minutes? Okay, let me just restart all this.
Let's get into it. So this is the clip. I want to show you guys this clip.
What I was gonna say was, how could he get footage from the court if he was on trial? If he was the one on trial, like, nah. I'm pretty sure they didn't let him bring any video recording software in there.
The one that's been circulating all around the Korean internet. It's been really pissing people off, let's say. So I'm gonna let you guys watch the whole thing, and then I'll comment on it.
If y'all give me the support and the donations and the love, the power chats, the crypto donation, I'm ready, bro. If y'all want chaos,
he's really hoping they give him money. Remember, because he has no way to make money while he's in Korea, and so if he can't make money, he has no way to support himself, unless Hank is just gonna have to support him, and that's not what Hank wants to do, I'm sure. But yeah, he's struggling.
Let me be your conduit. Let me be your bastion of the evil.
There's the quote. There's the bastion of evil quote. That's what I think a lot of people are going on, is that, that's what, and to be very fair, and this is the point, I'm going to pause that. I'll play the rest. But to be very fair, that's what his chat wants him to do. They want him to go out there and do crazy, wild stuff. They want him to get arrested. They want him to get hurt. They want
to see him ruin his life. They want to see him ruin his life. That's what they want.
Pepper spray. They want to get beat. They want him to get punched. His chat wants that, right? They want that. The very few supporters, the 40 people in Hank that are still backing him, they are trying to put him in dangerous situations. And, that's why he has adopted this role, because he has gotten so deep into his chat that that's all he's got, is this persona. Which, by the way, is a tough guy act, because he doesn't actually go out and do any of the things he says. He says he's going to go out and IRL stream. He says he's going to go confront Ice Poseidon and the whole group in Korea. He hasn't done any of that, right? It's talk tough, but don't actually do it.
If you want to see anarchy, if you're an anarchist and you want somebody that is going to crash,
it's either his Legal Mindset's connection, internet connection, or it's the site that Johnny is on that has the bad connection, while we're seeing the delay.
Out with no remorse, with no sense of self-worth, with no sense of self-preservation.
Bro, how can you be proud of that? How can you be proud that you don't have a sense of self-worth or self-preservation? Like, how can you want to ruin your life for what, people's short-term enjoyment? Just for a small group of people's short-term enjoyment before you get thrown in prison and have to sit right in there for the rest of your life? Like, why would you? Man, people will do anything for clout. Anything.
I will be your man. I'm building up the Johnny Somali pirates. I'm this pirate gang from the beginning. And every in here right now is gonna be a witness to what we're gonna create.
You ain't creating shit.
Yeah.
All, by the way, it's like all 10 people, you know, it's like, because he does a lot of botted views on his party count, but it's like actually like 10, 20 people.
Only one, yeah? Can I get a
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, hopefully she goes straight through.
I'm ready to crash out in the streets and die for you, bro. I have
What the
body
fuck wrong
scars.
with
I got
you?
scars to slice my forehead when I was in Israel. I got battle scars from you, and I still pushing P. I'm still what?
Pushing
So
P.
still ready to get out there and be that bastion of evil chaos. There's some language in there that can also imply he's gonna, you know, engage in incitement, all the other stuff. You know, media is not too happy about that. That you're in the middle of a trial, you've got these charges against you. The Korean
Multiple trials. Also, does he not know he's being watched? How does he not know he's being watched? And he continues to try to make things worse for himself. This guy.
media, and you're saying you're going to go out there and still be this person. Kind of crazy. So tell us you had a second part two. Had a part two video, so I wanted to go through that. I really enjoyed going through the first one. I'm going to try to go through as fast as we can, and if it just is, if there's a part where he explains it, all right, I will. But there's a lot of background here that I want you guys to get. So let me play this out for you guys.
Streamer's in complete denial that he ruined his own life. I mean, it's so bad that he doesn't even understand the world of trouble he's actually in. Things have just got so bad for this.
Actually, I think I'll say this. I think he actually he is starting to understand, but he's boxed in to this persona, so he can't back out of it.
I don't know about that.
He is now
Like, he can definitely like back out. I mean, he's got some type of attention. If he turned his life around and people started talking about that, would he get more followers than he does now? Possibly. But I think he can back out. He's just on this placebo high of that everything that people are watching him and want to see him continue to ruin his life. I mean, people do want to watch him ruin his life, but like they're not showing him love like he thinks they're showing.
now promising to go back to harassing people in public while his trial is ongoing because he no longer cares, I guess.
If y'all want chaos, let me be your conduit. Let me be your bastion of the evil. If you want to see anarchy, if you're an anarchist and you want somebody that is going to crash out with no remorse, with no sense of self-worth, with no sense of self-preservation, I will be your man.
As if you think he couldn't do anything
It clearly has. I mean, that part is true. He has no sense of self-preservation because he's digging himself deeper.
dumber doing this during his ongoing criminal trial. He surprises us yet again. So obviously, we're talking about the IRL streamer Johnny Somali, who's recently been held in Korea for months after streaming himself commit multiple felonies in Korea for donations and attention. This has obviously backfired a bunch against him because he's his own.
It's not like he was out there making millions too. So like, why? Like, why?
Star witness against himself. Currently, he's facing several charges, some of which he's already pleaded guilty to, which I've already covered here on this channel since I flew out to South Korea for his trial. And going into that trial, I don't know why, but I thought maybe, just maybe he would be respectful and played a little bit smart for, you know, a better shot at a lighter sentence.
And that's, by the way, what everybody thought. So every person I've spoken to is shocked that he did not play the role. And the fact that he came in not playing that role is wild in Korean court. It is insane to come in and have the bravado, the attitude, the disrespect, the lateness, the hungover, not giving a saying that it's not a big deal, publicly open on a stream. This is something that's unprecedented. Probably even once again, even in America, this would be crazy. But Korea, it's doubly crazy because of the amount of disrespect for the court it shows, which is very dispositive.
But I was so incredibly wrong. I mean, the dude showed up over an hour late to his own trial, still drunk, because he decided to live stream drunk just hours before he had to wake up for his early morning trial. But as you guys know from watching my previous video, The trial couldn't have gone worse for him. He made an absolute terrible impression on the judge, and he accidentally leaked new charges against himself while he was drunk the night before. And I guess, like, as if things couldn't get more ironic, his case
How do you leak your own charges?
number ends with 666. So I don't know if that's intentional or not, but that's a wild coincidence. And also, every clip that we're going to watch in today's video, he will only make things infinitely worse for himself as each clip goes by. Because I keep saying this guy somehow always finds the dumbest way possible to react to every situation that he's in. It's like he's trying to go for a maximum sentence for all of his charges here. And the prosecutors and judge will see all of these videos here. I mean, now even the Korean media is calling for a harsh punishment for him.
This is the professor. So that real quick, that was the professor.
Korean media.
I'm not gonna be able to say this name properly. Like I wish I could. Seo Kyung Deok. I probably said that terribly wrong. I apologize. But they say, I haven't come to my senses yet. We need to set a good example with strong punishment. So yes, the Koreans know they need to do this. They need a strong punishment. They can't just give him a slap on the wrist like Japan did, with like a fine and let him go, and then ban him from the country. That's a slap on the wrist. Like they've got to do this, and I want to see this harsh punishment.
Is calling for a harsh punishment for him.
This is the professor. So that real quick, that was the professor that he brought up. This is the professor that is very connected, who said we need to set an example of good punishment. When actually the literal translation is we need like an aggressive punishment. So like no slap on the wrist, aggressive punishment. That was the language of this professor, and there's more that he goes into, but people are aware and talking about it. It's not just us YouTubers or us foreigners. It is the Korean media himself and the Korean people themselves that are pissed about this.
So there's a lot of pressure for this guy not to walk. And of course, he's his own star witness in making everything worse for himself. As he even confirmed in this video, what we observed in the trial was true. He was indeed drunk.
He just puts all of this shit online for everybody to see, as if it's a good idea.
Hank is saying like long live China, stuff like that, but bro, I'm slurring, I'm drunk.
This guy just consistently removes any plausible deniability from his own trial. But he did a breakdown where he talked about his side of the trial, and this is where we learned how delusional this dude really is.
I'm gonna give you guys the post-trial breakdown. We have all this news right here from Korean and other sources. I want you guys to send me in the Discord right now to react.
So just real quick, guys. So Ramsey is asking you, there's like 3 different Korean reporters in there. There's another foreign reporter in there. There's about 10 of us, other than the reporters, right? Just like another 10 of us in the courtroom, me, Atozi, the professor, there's a bunch of others that were in there. All of us are incorrect and lying completely about everything that I had said. And it's only Ramsey that's telling the truth.
Is that what he's trying to spin?
I have a bridge to sell you in Atlantis. Okay. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna give you the whole real unadulterated true story, because I have footage from the court that y'all haven't seen. I got footage from the court that y'all don't know about.
If this is true, well, first of all, I think he's full of shit.
Exit out.
Second of all, if it was true, that is instant contempt of court. That would be super easy. I would love for him to show this magical footage, which doesn't exist, right? That most likely does not exist. But if it does exist, right, that's instant contempt of court. So either way, Ramsey, right, it's either bluster, which it probably is. With Ramsey, 99.9% is bluster, right? But even beyond that, if it's not, it's contempt of court. So I'm okay with that. Once again, reporting him for contempt of court. I mean, which way are you going to go here?
How stupid do you have to be to think it would be okay to do that? Like for Giant to show footage that no one's seen from inside the court. Like, how stupid would he have to be? Because I'm pretty sure they didn't allow recording devices inside the court. Like, it's supposed to be like a closed thing.
If he did actually record something, and once again, if he recorded anything, it would just confirm what we said. Of course, that would be very much illegal, very much in contempt, pretty much directly.
They're claiming that like I came in and I was blindsided by the fact that I had a new charge and was like sitting in the wrong place and was nervous. This was a breeze, and the only reason I'm ready to start going live again, because honestly, I have no fear. Like that's really, these people are clout chasing off my name so badly. Like look at it. I got these Packers. These are from Pakistan saying I arrived late and hungover. Okay, they're not lying about that part. I'll give you that. I was
So already making a confession.
Yeah, you can't now. You can't deny it, and now you can't be like, "Nah, I was fine." Blah blah blah. Now you can't deny it, and now they can, if they want to use that against you, they'll use it against you.
Another who's drunk and hungover, which is once again, the court's going to hear that, right?
Okay, so why would you risk extending your sentences by acting like a complete moron? It's also everything that he's done between these charges that also goes into account for when they're choosing how harsh they're going to be during the sentencing. And it doesn't help that everything he's done basically since he was served with this criminal lawsuit has hurt him more than help him. It just seems like he's still operating like he's in the US. Like, no, most likely you wouldn't get any serious prison time for any of these antics in the US. But in South Korea, the country that's held him in limbo there for over 4 months against his will, clearly they operate differently. So why would you?
I'm sure they also highly value their culture and their history. And so since for Johnny to do that, what he did to that comfort statue, the Korean comfort woman statue, that definitely pissed him off. So like, no, he's done. He's screwed.
Would you ever act like a moron and test your luck when you really don't have to?
Shut his shit down. And shut that pepper spray and everything right now.
There you go. Threatening him with pepper spray, literally right in the video, flashing the pepper spray, right, in a menacing way, saying he's going to come after him and pepper spray him, right? That's a threat right there. That's a direct threat. That is a clear and direct threat. In the U.S.,
is he low key adding more charges while he's going through his trials?
Could definitely get a restraining order off of this for sure, 100%.
But he did go on to talk about why he pleaded guilty.
Why I pled guilty 2 days ago or yesterday? It's because, bro, do you think I want to sit in this country any longer, bro? If they got you for some, bro, I'm telling you, everything I pled guilty.
You're gonna have to sit in this country a lot longer if they, put you in jail for 5 years.
Yesterday is like $50 fines, $100 fines. Playing music on a bus, spilling a cup of noodles, carrying a... Bro, they're trying to charge me for carrying a dead fish and saying, do you want to eat fish? It's in quotations on the indictment. I have the indictment right here. It says you told someone, do you want to eat fish? In what country is that a charge?
When you harass people with anything, it's a charge, right? When you're going up and harassing people repeatedly and making them uncomfortable and, disrupting businesses, that is illegal, right? In many different countries.
Shit.
So yes, you could get trespassed. You could have harassment charges filed against you. There's a lot of stuff that can come at that in any country, in many countries. In fact, in some countries, you harass people and, the justice might just be dealt out immediately, if you know what I'm saying.
But do you think I'm really going to sit there and argue with the judge over $100 fine? I'm guilty, so what? I'll pay it.
$100 fine is a total misnomer. And here's a new piece of information, brand new information.
What's up? Show us.
Ramsey flashed a bunch of papers. And one of the papers that he flashed was, of course, the new charge about the deepfake and the fact that that's going to go to the prosecutors in the Eastern District. So that case will proceed. But beyond that, he also flashed another paper, which was just translated. And the Koreans that have looked at this have now, said, oh, look, there's something else. One of the other papers he flashed says he already owes 1 million won to somebody. Now, it's not clear for what exactly, who exactly, but he clearly already owes, the paper was very clear. He already owes 1 million won. Which at this point, let me do the 1 million won conversion rate. I know the won is not doing too great right now, but that's already, what is that?
Couple $100,000?
689 USD. So almost $700. So he already owes almost $700. There's no $100 fine. And that's before any of this stuff. That's before anything else is hit. So he already owes somebody $700. So pay your $700 to whoever you owe it. He's already been hit with that. That's already there. It's like solid. He owes that. Pay your money, right? He's already got that. And he can't even read these complaints and indictments and charges. Most of them are in Korean. So he doesn't really, and once again, I don't think his public defender is explaining these things to him well, or maybe he's leading them down this path. But it's definitely already beyond $100. So all exaggeration. He already owes that money, guys.
I thought his final sentencing for the first trial was like 5 years or something like that. Isn't that what they said in that last video?
Like, that's hilarious. And that only was found out because he was an idiot and he flashed these Korean papers that he has no idea what they say. But guess what? There's Koreans who understand Korean. There's actually foreigners who understand Korean too.
The police don't joke. I know in Japan they don't have sarcasm, but really in Korea, the police have no sarcasm. Really, they really are onto this. They think it's not a game.
Dude, it's hard to understand sarcasm when there's a language barrier and they're not
That's true,
familiar
too.
with you. And being sarcastic to someone who has your freedom in their hands, that's definitely not the bright thing to do.
So the thing is, we just got out of the trial. It went absolutely terrible for Johnny because
Absolutely terrible. It was a 5-minute long trial.
10 minutes, but yeah.
They just said, what's your name? What's your address? What's your occupation? Come back April 9th. Don't be late next time.
Okay, well, that's simplifying things a little bit too much. It was a little over 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And in that short amount of time, you disrespected the judge, the prosecutors, and pled guilty for 3 charges. One of those charges included a felony, and you have more charges coming your way and seemingly a separate case where you will now be tried as a repeat offender. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't say that went well for you. But in frustration,
Correct.
he then continues to disrespect the judge.
essentially he got in trouble for, number one, wearing the hat.
I didn't get in trouble. I don't speak Korean. Said, take the hat off. I don't know what these guys said. Said, take the hat off. I don't know what the. Stop.
You think the judge is not going to see that and judge on it? Right. Once again, this racist stuff, that's going to get back.
Yeah,
I took it off.
It's like showing Johnny's character and giving the judge a reason to give an aggressive punishment, because the judge from Johnny's character, he can see that Johnny's not going to be remorseful for his crimes at all. And so if there's not going to be any type of remorse for his crimes, why go easy on him? You have to punish him aggressively and make sure he knows for how fucked he is. No, make sure he knows the harshness of his crimes.
He was carrying a water bottle. Is that a like what? Like, bro, like they take the most little and try to make it like.
That is the thing is, he doesn't realize, like, with courtroom procedure, little things are a big deal. In the court, little things are a massive deal, right? The court is one of the most formal areas out there, period, right? It is a big deal. And it's not a little thing.
They told him to take a hat off. Like, well, what? Like, what are you talking about?
How stupid do you have to be? I mean, like, what do you mean talking the most little shit? I went there to report exactly what happened within those closed doors. So I'm walking everyone through from start to finish of what happened in that trial. Does it bother me that he had a water bottle? No, not at all. But at the time of this stream, no one knew exactly what happened in that courtroom except for the people that were inside the courtroom, which is why as soon as the trial was over, I needed to get out of the building so I could go live for you guys. I tried to go live outside the courthouse, but my 4G connection was not good enough. So we then went to the nearby Starbucks and went live.
4 charges against him, but only 3 of them were addressed today.
Okay.
The 4th charge, which he just discovered about,
How did I just discover about it? I can pull out the paper with the
Yeah,
date
but you
on it
can't
that
read
proves
Korean.
and show it to this camera that I knew about every single charge. They just make up. He didn't know. He
X it
didn't.
out.
No,
he didn't know.
you didn't know.
He didn't have no, we knew. We all knew. I literally was the one that dropped it. So of course we knew, right? Like, I knew. He flashed this paper pretending that he knew what the charge was. The paper was for the deepfake charge. It wasn't even for the one before that court.
Oh, bro,
that charge, the deepfake, isn't even in this court
embarrassing.
case. It's a whole separate court case. It's a whole separate court case. So he didn't even, that's how dumb he is. He doesn't even understand what's going on. And then he doxed himself by doing that. And, one of the other papers he showed he owes 1,000,000 won.
Oh yeah. Apparently when he showed those papers, him doxing himself it let the person who was renting that place to Hank, let them know that Johnny was staying there, and then they kicked him out. So He showed the papers, doxed himself, got kicked out, and now he has to sit in a new spot.
So the only thing he did is self-own in this seething, which is beautiful. It is so beautiful and poetic that the only thing he did by all of this raging and coping is own himself.
Your
Sadness,
brain.
bro.
I'm gonna fly 7,000 miles across the world to watch a 5-minute hearing. They said, "What's your name? What's your address? What's your occupation?" Okay, bye-bye. See you April 9th. Minor tickets, fines. I don't know what these guys going to be an O.J. Simpson trial.
The dude is just so mad that people showed up and told the world how cooked he seems to be. Like, the only good thing he has going for himself here is at least he's stuck in an awesome country. But a Korean lawyer did also come out and share his opinion that a slap on the wrist is not really in the cards for Johnny here.
So I shared this on X.
Thank
right?
you.
So this is a Korean lawyer's opinion, right?
So they said a slap on the wrist is not what's in store for Johnny. Thank you for that. That's what I keep hoping for. Like, I want this aggressive punishment for him.
And
Like, he fucked around. He's got to find out.
they said, number one, right, this is going to obviously once he's done, he'll be deported, right? Once he serves his time. So this is the part here. This is a Korean lawyer saying this. Kim explained that if the court imposes a prison sentence, he will have to serve his term in a local prison. So this is, once again, people like to say,
Nice.
"Oh, Andrew, you're not a Korean lawyer." Hear it from a Korean lawyer. He has to go to the local prison first. After he completes his time, then he has to leave the country and is detained in the immigration center until departure. So literally, once he is sentenced to prison, he's going to be broken up from Hanky Poo. They're no longer going to have their midnight sessions, and he's going to be sent directly to prison. And there's going to be no reunion. He's going to go right to the immigration detention center. He's not going to be free, and then he's going to be put on a plane out of there. Right? That's the process. Right?
Yo, imagine, and I'm not sure if this can happen, but imagine. I hope it can happen. Like, the next trial, they do give him prison time, and from that moment he gets sent to prison to start serving time, but is only let out to go to the rest of his trials. And those trials can also add on to prison time, and then from there he'd be constantly in prison. What if that happens? That'd be cool.
And look what the lawyer says. Considering the multiple charges against Ishmael and the serious nature of his offenses, it is unlikely he will receive a lighter penalty. So saying that he's going to get a relatively
So
severe
Johnny,
penalty. It won't be $500, right? We're talking thousands at a minimum.
he can just spin it however he wants, but the fact of the matter is he cannot return to the U.S. right now, no matter how much he wants to.
You're the one who's gonna look so dumb when I don't get.
I really hope they don't just deport him as well. Like, keep him I hate that the Korean tax dollars would have to go to like keeping him in jail, but keep him in jail, in Korean jail. Just like don't deport him back to America because they might let him out. Just come on.
Any jail time or anything, like bro, I'm gonna laugh like a villain. Look, I did go there and recognize all the charges. I said I was guilty. I did say all this because it's just gonna be a fine. What the? I'm just gonna pay it and leave, bro. Like, you can't go to jail for this. You can't. Like, you literally cannot.
I mean, again, I wouldn't really say that's a good strategy for his trial, but it's not like anything he's done has been a good strategy for his trial. So it's not like too much has changed here. So I guess with some time, we'll find out what actually happens. But if you want to see the full coverage of the trial, you can watch this video right here.
A+ content. He did a really good job of synthesizing that content and putting it together. You know, there's a lot of information on Johnny Somali, and it's a little bit of an information overload. So I do appreciate that he has a really great ability to synthesize that and make it in digestible videos that are in short form.
Bet. And I didn't know we were gonna be reacting to a toozy in this video, in this reaction to Legal Mindset. But anyway, yeah, Johnny's kind of fooked. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like he doesn't know how fucked he is, and he's trying to make it seem like he's not fucked. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to laugh it off and everything like that. It also seems like he's aware that he's not aware that he's being watched. Like, the Korean media is watching him and also still reporting on things that he's doing. So it's like, he's just speedrunning how fast he can ruin his life as a streamer. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. I'm looking forward to his next trial. I'm hoping he actually does get prison time and does have to actually sit in prison while he waits for his other trials to go process. And I hope those other trials also give him more prison time. Like that's just me though. Let me know what you all think in the comments below. As always, links to Legal Mindset, and I guess a Tuesday, if I remember. He's probably Legal Mindset probably has a video to a Tuesday in his description. But anyway, links will be in the description below. So yeah, visit Legal Mindset, do your thing, and peace.